Hi, welcome to Do-It-Yourself Law videos. Today we're going to go over how to terminate probation early in Colorado. Now before we begin, as always, have to give a disclaimer. This video is not legal advice and nothing in it should be considered legal advice. Video only provides general information about how to terminate probation early. Every case is different and the information in this video may not apply to your case. Lastly, this video is not and cannot be a substitute for consulting with a licensed attorney. Now that that's out of the way, let's get started. So first we're going to cover who might use this information, the relevant laws that apply to terminating probation early, finding the forms, filling out those forms, and getting the forms filed with the court. So who might use this information? Obviously, somebody who's on probation in Colorado, you've completed all or nearly all the terms of the probation, and you're ready to be done. A great example of this is someone who's on probation for a DUI. Let's say it's a first offense DUI and you got put on probation for a period of 24 months. In that situation, there's a good chance you'll be able to finish all of the required terms in 12 months or less, which then leaves you with another year that you're on probation where all you're doing is paying fines or paying for the privilege of being on the probation, usually at least $50 a month, or you're also having to do, monitored sobriety or other requirements, but there's really nothing else that's left for you to do. You've paid all the price of your crime and you're ready to be done with it. That's a great situation where you might want to terminate probation early. Now there's a few laws that apply to this. The one that we're going to deal with today is Colorado Revised Statute 18-1.3204 subsection 4A. This statute says that on a motion by the defendant, the DA, or the probation officer, and after hearing if one is requested, the judge can reduce the term of probation or alter those conditions of the probation. Now there's many other laws that govern probation. Some laws are specific to different offenses. DUIs have certain probation requirements. There's different laws that apply to different felonies. That's a whole other category. But regardless, this statute gives the court in pretty much any situation the right, or at least the legal authority, to reduce the term of their probation. So there's two sample forms that I have on my website, DIYLawVideos.com. If you're watching this video on YouTube, I have a link to my website and those forms in the description. Or if you're watching this on DIY Law Videos, you can find those forms on the same page as this video. There's also forms on the Colorado Court's website and their self-help section. You can also scour the web, Google, and you can find all kinds of other forms and other helpful information if you do as you do your research. All right, so let's talk about filling out the forms. As I said, I've got two forms. I'm going to start with one that I don't like as much, but it certainly gets the job done. This one's on the Colorado Court's website. So it's pretty straightforward. It's just a one-page form that you can fill out, and you start out with a caption. Up here, if you're not in Boulder County, you'll need to change this to the court where your case is located. Your name is the defendant. Then you fill in your contact information in this box and your case number and the division. If you don't have that information, just give the court a call, and they'll get you what you need. Check the box that applies to you, and then all you're going to fill out is this box number 1. Just give a quick reason for why you want to get off probation early. Check the boxes that apply to you here, and then sign down there. The rest of this is for the court to fill out. Hopefully they grant your motion and you're on your way. Certainly this form works just fine, came from the Colorado Court's website, but one that I like a little bit better, and I have it in a Word format on the website, is this guy right here. So again, start off with fill out the caption, court address, your name as a defendant, your contact information, so the court can get a hold of you, let you know what to do with the motion, case number, division. Then down here we've just got a lot more information that we can give the court about your case. Start off filling your name in this box, and then number 1, give the court the background information, when you were sentenced to probation and the amount of time that you were put on probation for. If you remained in full compliance since the time you were sentenced, let the court know that. If you've paid all your fines and costs, let the court know that. If you've completed all the other requirements of probation, let's say in the DUI example we talked about earlier, you've done your alcohol classes, done your victim impact panel, you've done your monitored sobriety, you've done your community service, you've done all of those things, list those out right there. Let the court know everything that you've done and everything you've completed, so that way the court can know that you've been on top of it and that you're ready to be done. Next, we've got the statute that we cited earlier that tells the court they have the legal authority to reduce the term of your probation. If you don't pose any risk of harm to the public and you're not going to refund, I'd say it's a good idea to let the court know that. And then we've got a catch-all. So if you've got any other reasons that you want to get off probation, let's say it's financially burdensome, you're moving out of state, there's some other reason out there that you've got, there's kind of a blank space there, you can fill it in. And if you want to have a hearing on it, you can either keep this, or if you don't really care about a hearing, go ahead and just delete it and whatever you want to do with it. But having a hearing on it can give you an opportunity to talk to the judge and let the judge ask you more questions so that you can fill out, give the judge more information if there's things that are missing in this motion that the judge wants to know about. Date it and sign it, and then fill out your certificate of service. So just put the date there. Now the statute says you got to have notice to both you, the DA, and probation office and the probation. So you got to send copies of the motion to both of those parties. Their addresses are usually the same as the courthouse, but just Google them, whatever county you're in, and you can find their information really quickly. Sign it and then drop that in the mail. Then lastly, down here there's a proposed order for the court to fill out. All you'll do is just put in your case number and your name right there, court address in that box right there. So then you're ready to file it with the court. So file with the court, two ways to do it. One, just go down to the courthouse and file it in person. Second way, because you've got a case number, an active case, you can drop it in the mail, just first class mail, United States Post Office, and they'll get it to the court and you're on your way. Hopefully get a hearing if you request one, or you should get a prompt ruling on it hopefully within a week or two after you get it in the mail, depending on what the court's docket is looking like. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it or subscribe to my channel. If you have other questions that you'd like to have answered, feel free to leave us a comment and we'll try to get to those. You can leave comments either on YouTube or on our video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.